It's just so weird. But hey, welcome everyone to For the Fan, episode number 160. As always, I am Aquaman, aka Will. We have the man with the middest forearms of all time, Dom, and we have the strongest human to ever live in Jake. Gentlemen, hello.
Okay. Hello.
Thrown right for a loop at the beginning. Way to go.
Yeah.
No, I was just saying, like, I was gonna say it, but I'm like, we're live, and my TikTok chat forever appears on the other screen here and not in TikTok. I don't know why or what. I'm gonna try figuring that out. But yeah, we're now gonna be at the end of this episode, 16 teams through. We're going out west. We've been stuck in the Eastern time zone for Jesus. Oh, well, besides the Cowboys. Thank you, Dallas. Yeah, now we go out west. We deal with all the West Coast teams. The Pacific time zone. The Pacific. Jeez. Okay. Are we excited to talk about some Raiders, Bolts, and Broncos and Chiefs today?
I think I'm really only excited to talk about the Chargers.
Our friends are in here on TikTok right now. I'm not even lying to you.
Who?
The NFL on Fox is here right now. Our friends. We love them so much.
Yeah.
We appreciate them
Yeah,
tenfold.
this is the second time. This is fantastic.
We love you, Fox.
We did love them last year when they joined right before a Thursday night football game.
And it was the Chargers and the Broncos.
Look at that.
Listen, there's rating on the wall. There's everything that's going there.
Whoever manages that must be a fan of one of the two.
Oh, man. But everyone, thank you for tuning in. We're going to get the show on the road. You're listening to For the Fan.
You are listening to For the Fan.
I do have the photo, just in case anyone doesn't believe us. They were actually in the chat.
Yeah,
I just have to say that.
I also have the photo.
Got the potos.
Great proof.
So as always, we always start out with the worst team and work our way to the division leader. And we're going to start out here in Sin City, of all places, with the Las Vegas Raiders, where a year ago they hire Antonio Pierce to be the full-time head coach from the interim guy. They hire Tom Telesco, the former Chargers general manager, trying to get something good to happen in Vegas after coming off a pretty good interim season. They bring in Pierce as the full-time guy. The locker room loves him. They really want him to, make the leaps and the bounds and all that stuff to go through. Drafting this guy and Brock Bowers as the captain of this offense. And, despite the 4-13 record, they fired Telesco. They fire Pierce. They do bring in a Super Bowl winning head coach and Pete Carroll and former Buccaneers exec, someone up top there, in John Spytek as their next guys. So here we go. Let's go right into the offense here, where Gardner Minshew and Desmond Ridder and some other guy I'm totally drawing a blank on at the quarterback room. They release all those guys. They move on. Well, Aiden O'Connell's still there, so I should not say I forgot about him. Geno Smith, they trade for a third-round pick from the Seattle Seahawks. They bring in Alex Kappa, who got released by the Cincinnati Bengals, and they really tried to build this offense up to really high standards, drafting Ashton Jeanty in the first round. They bring in a great leadership role in the backfield with Raheem Mostert. They revamped the receiving core with Jack Beck, Tommy Mallet, Dante Thornton Jr., also Colin Johnson from the Chicago Bears last year. They're trying to find some stability. Pete Carroll brings in his guy that he had his last couple of years as the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. And I want to turn the conversation back to you guys. We clicked at the same time, Dom.
Happens often.
But let's see. Is there going to be any clicking, though, with this team as they're trying to switch the atmosphere of the locker room, the environment of the locker room? They bring in a guy with Pete Carroll who has won in the elite. He's won in the NFL. He's won in college. He's done everything, really. He's won a Super Bowl. He's been to 2 as head coach. What can what's next now for the Raiders as they're trying to find something new there in Las Vegas?
No longer be garbage. Actually have an O-line that can do anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, G&T and Mostert, that should be pretty sick. Should be pretty sick. I mean, there's a lot of talent, athleticism out of G&T. You got to hope they make plays in the running game. I mean, Geno Smith is very competent. A very competent quarterback. Maybe the most competent quarterback that they've had since Derek Carr. So, like, okay. Maybe this is on the up, I guess. But, we still have a lot to see here. Like, there's a lot that needs to be proven to us. I don't know. Pete Carroll's a decent head coach. He's gotten it done. I don't know. You got to hope.
I would love to see the Beast Quick era Marshawn Lynch, Pete Carroll offense with this team. That'd be pretty fun with Ash and Genty.
Oh, it'd be a lot of fun.
Just got Michael Myers back there standing straight up and then running over people.
Yeah, Michael Myers with Michael Mayer blocking him. So that'd be even funnier.
Well, for how long? Are they going to trade him?
I think you got to keep him at that point. I mean, yeah, you bring in Ian Thomas from the Panthers, but Brock Bowers, clear-cut number one tight end. Probably the best tight end prospect coming out of college since, I would say Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts was pretty good in college and, obviously hasn't really gone the expectation route in the NFL.
Yeah.
Allegedly, he's now a receiver.
Yeah, apparently.
I like what they're doing here. There's a lot of clips of Genty out of the backfield doing a lot of big plays there in Raiders camp. I think they are a couple pieces away. I really think they can start clicking. It's just, when are they going to start clicking? Obviously, Pete Carroll's not going to be there for 10 years, 74 years old. So obviously you got to think of, okay, who's going to be the heir to the Raiders throne following Pete Carroll? But if anyone's going to correct the locker room and make the locker room better, it's going to be Pete Carroll, plain and simple.
The Steelers have really lacked stability. I mean, they hired Gruden on a 10-year contract, right? And that went as south as that went.
The NFL rat fucked him.
Yeah, and then you had, Antonio Brown. You had that whole thing happened. Then since then, it's been nothing but unstable. Is unstable a word? Unstable?
Unstable?
Jeez. It's been nothing but unstable. Because you've had, Josh McDaniels, you had that shit show. Quarterback position's just been rough. This is the most stable we've seen this team. Geno Smith is reliable at least.
He can win you games. He won 10 games last year in Seattle. They were a full game out of the playoffs with a very stacked NFC.
And then you have Pete Carroll, who's a reliable head coach. It's like you gotta hope that this is the most stable we've seen this team in a while, and that it stays that way, and that you gain some traction this year into next year, and that we have a foundation, building blocks. Something that I feel like the Raiders have been trying to establish for quite a number of years and failing pretty hard at. So I feel like, this is the best chance they've had to have those building blocks and foundation and potentially a future, which so many teams try to accomplish and fail, including this team. So, if that's what we're looking at, that's awesome. And you got to hope that's what we're looking at.
Well, I mean, you go by last year, there's so many games where the running back position had negative rushing yards. You get yourself Ashton Genty, who should have been the Heisman winner. You have Raheem Mostert, who's 2 years removed from leading the league in touchdowns. I like Zamir White, Sincere McCormick, but you got two guys in here who will be able to find the end zone, going to be able to shoot the gap and just run wild with it.
You also had the most fun story of last season in Jacoby Myers, at least from a fantasy perspective. if you could actually have like a real season.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. Jacoby Myers still did have a real season. And, I expect him. I mean, he's the number one receiver on this now?
Yeah, I would expect him to be number one receiver.
Depending if you consider Bowers the number one. But
Yeah, I mean, that's also true. But, yeah, this should be a competent team. Something that the Raiders have kind of lacked. The stable, the stability, reliability. It should be somewhat exciting at times. Watchable games.
that right side of the offensive line is kind of
Yeah.
uh,
I mean,
it's never good when you get somebody like the worst offensive lineman that was a cast off on the worst offensive line.
yeah, it's true.
Let's go to the defense here. Where just a week ago, they ended up releasing Christian. I don't even. I've drawn a total blank on his name there.
Wilkins.
Christian Wilkins. There we go. After just a year on his new contract, the big ticket free agent in 2024. There's some reports of what's going on. Some say it's surgery. Some say it's team stuff. It's a whole big thing. But what Pete Carroll does best is try to rebuild the defense. And he brought in a lot of guys who are hungry and they want to win. Starting with Jermaine Pratt, who was released from the Cincinnati Bengals. They bring in a Landon Roberts from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Devin White, who's been bouncing around since the Buccaneers released him a couple years ago. Lonnie Johnson Jr., Eric Stokes, Jeremy Chin. But that's also with the side of Max Crosby. You saw Malcolm Kuntz. You still have a lot of these other guys. And they also draft Darian Porter in the third round this year. They draft Tonka Hemingway. It's a defense in progress. I think that's the best way you could put it there for the Raiders. But yeah, they're gonna make some strides. You still have Jacorian Bennett, Darnay Holmes, who was making a couple plays last year. I got nothing else to say on this team right now, but it's a work in progress. They can only get better.
Is Pete Carroll an offensive coach?
No,
right? I will say, on paper, a lot of these later Seahawks teams, even when he was there, obviously, a lot of those later Seahawks teams after the Legion of Boom, that on paper, when we could look like preseason, like we're looking now, we thought looked pretty terrible. I did, at least, and still performed extremely well.
Well, what year are you talking about? Because there was like that era where their defense was actually terrible.
Are you talking about the early years?
No, I mean like the let Russ cook, because that's the only thing they had going for them. They had to score 40 points a game to win.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Maybe not then. I don't know. I don't know. This is just like I don't know. The Raiders, the standard for the Raiders is the floor. So, like, if we see better than that, I guess we got to be happy. So I don't know. I don't know. We just kind of have to see.
Like, listen, I think you can just jump into what makes it success is like if Pete Carroll starts to bring that winning foundation and winning culture into the locker room that they can actually build on something.
Yeah.
Because I don't think him or Gino are going to be there much longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not going to come in for really more than I think even 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
They really I think they got Gino to right the ship and be competitive. And worst case, we go get a quarterback, in this upcoming draft that they can bring along under this and build it all together.
What's Gino's contract?
2 years.
Yeah, they signed him to an extension, so it's 3 years total. So it's the same amount as what Carroll's coaching right now.
Yeah, I mean I'm kind of fine with pivoting a little bit into that because I really don't know what to say about this defense other than like this year, like I said, with the offense, we just need to see what they've been trying to strive for year in, year out with the stability, with the building blocks, with the foundation, with some kind of a future, competitiveness, just a culture, just something with some kind of stability. Every season's an issue. Every season ends worse than it began. It feels like. I don't know. We need to go into next season and feel like we have some momentum into something. It's tough. This is a tough division too. We just need to see something out of this team, man. That's really ultimately it. Other than being a bottom 5 team in the league, they need to get something going. Some standard, something, foundation, anything, So,
Schedule.
yeah.
We do have one. We have one question in the chat here, but it's not relating to this. It's a fantasy question.
Oh,
DJ
see?
Moore or Michael Pittman in Dynasty? Who should he keep?
I don't know.
It would have to be DJ Moore. Pittman's
Probably.
Pittman's awful.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's over. The schedule.
Yelled at me for calling him Slant Boy 2.0.
DJ Moore?
No,
Or Pittman? Yeah, he kind of is.
But here is the schedule. Big game week 1, the Josh McDaniels revenge game as they go to the New England Patriots. And then you got to go all the way back across the coast for a Monday Night Football game against the Chargers in week 2. And then all the way back across the, oh, Jesus, this is just, that's terrible.
My God. No, all the way back and then back to the east a little bit. And then
basically you're back, you're in the Eastern time zone for 3 of your first 5 games to start the season.
This is rough.
Oh, man.
East, home, kind of east-ish.
You're on the edge of the Eastern time zone. Indianapolis is a weird town.
Also, well,
I've been there. It's weird.
Furthest. You get walloped and then bye.
Or you go win and go on the bye.
Okay.
Listen, they play the Chiefs really tough in Arrowhead. If you go back the last 4 years.
I still don't have the faith in that one. I see 2 wins going into the bye, maybe 3, which would be cool because it's almost their season total from last season.
I got 5.
I could probably go as high as 7, but also Pete Carroll can just surprise anyone. Has he had a losing record? I think he only had 1 losing record. That was in 2021 when Russ had the broken finger and they were just losing every close game. That was the start of our stadium tour, Dom. We were down there for the football team. Actually, they weren't even the Commanders. Yeah.
Yeah. 7 would be my complete ceiling of a number. I'm between 5 and 6 probably.
What do the experts say? Or should we call them experts? Should we call them degenerates?
Degenerates. I like that better.
What does the finance department tell us?
They're not bottom 5, so that's something. They have them rated at exactly 7 on the dot, which is actually kind of surprising. And this is crazy. 22% chance at playoffs, 22.5% chance at playoffs.
If it was any other coach, you'd probably be 10% or less. But I think because it's Pete Carroll, you got to put some respect on him.
It's true.
See, I get him with 7 if you're including the Chiefs resting everybody at the end of there.
That might be true.
Or what if the Chiefs are trying to fight for that final playoff spot?
Well, then I think Vegas.
Because this division's not a pushover. I mean, listen, this division put 3 teams in last year. Also, got to consider that.
Yeah. Again, I would love to see every year they say the Chargers have a good roster and the Chargers can do something, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, I mean, they're about somewhere in the 6th or 7th worst team for the betting odds. So they're not bottom 5, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess that's kind of where we're sitting. What do you think, Will, as far as...
Oh, I said 7 to begin with.
No, I mean, as far as this season for the Raiders.
What makes it successful is going to be hey, you pay Geno Smith $40 million. Can he live up to the $40 million? Hey, Brock Bowers, he was a offensive mastermind. Who's going to take Brock Bowers in the 2024 draft? And I think he was the best rookie receiver last year. What's Sash Jenny going to do? Everyone's talked about, is Genty going to be, in the top 5, a top 10, or is he going to slide down the first round? What's he going to do? And the Raiders took the chance on him. And what can he do? Can he produce what he did at Boise State a year ago? Or, hey, he's not the whole offense now. There's a lot of good pieces on the offense.
Yeah.
I think this team's going to be a lot flashier on the offense than we're going to be expecting on defense this year. So I think the offense is going to be a very big surprising point for 2025.
Okay. Do we think they ever at any point in time put up 40 points in a game this year?
Yeah, they're absolutely going to.
You think so?
Look at the Colts. They're going to definitely put it up on the Colts.
Or the Titans?
I got a little bit of respect on the Titans.
Okay.
Maybe, I would say it's either the Colts or the Browns.
Yeah,
maybe the Giants.
The
I don't
Browns
know.
put up good defense.
Listen,
Maybe the Giants.
The Bears out of camp has not looked good.
Maybe the Bears. Yeah, all right. If they could put up 40 points in a game, I'd be pretty proud. I'd be like, okay, maybe we're seeing a team here. So Geno could do it, I think.
I think Geno can do it. I'm a big believer. I only have his jersey.
Oh, we know.
Shall we move on? Should we go 5,280 feet above sea level, where I put the wrong record? It was supposed to be 10-7. Oh, geez. That is so bad. Well, I'm going to have to cut that. I'm going to make that better. But a year ago, the Broncos did make the playoffs, okay? They were the AFC Cinderella. They did everything right. Bo Nix performed amazing. Second quarterback to throw for 3,750 yards and rush for another 400 yards, tied with Cam Newton as the only rookie quarterbacks to achieve that in their very first year. And although they ended last year with a playoff loss, this team has a lot more to go for them as they're looking to go up and up heading into 2025 with now even more competition, even more readiness in the AFC West. So looking in the offense here, J.K. Dobbins, a new piece. They bring in R.J. Harvey. They really re-solidify this running back room. Unfortunately, someone's going to be left out, either Jaleel McLaughlin or Audric Estime. They bring in Evan Ingram, who got cut by the Jaguars. So another big piece for Bo Nix to throw to. Cortland Sutton got his big payday, 4 years, $92 million. Followed by Marvin Mims, who really erupted last year. Troy Franklin had some flashy plays. Devon Vell had another one, and also Pat Bryant, who's been making a lot of waves there in Broncos camp. The offensive line's really the same, but I'm going to bring back the conversation to you guys. What do you guys expect here heading into 2025 with the AFC Cinderellas a year ago?
I absolutely do not know, because I don't know how much of that was some magic bottle crap that just came out of nowhere. At no point did they look overwhelmingly impressive, but yet they just kept rattling out big wins. It made no sense.
Yeah. It's true. Their defense performed last year, which was a complete shock to us after what we did to them a year ago now. I don't know, man. I really don't know what to say about this team. Now, we do say, hey, man, Jaden Daniels, sophomore slump, CJ Stroud, sophomore slump. Is this a conversation about Bo Nix? Are we even going to say sophomore slump is a possibility? He performed last year. I don't think you could take too much away from him when our expectations was this isn't even a top 32 quarterback in the league. He performed like a top 20 quarterback in the league. That's fine. He kind of balled out at times. They had a decent running game. Cortland Sutton was what Cortland Sutton was supposed to be, 1,000-yard receiver, 8 touchdowns. I don't know. This team performed last year. I don't know what else to say. And the offense did enough. So I don't know. I don't know how to judge this team after last year. I guess they run it back, kind of. 10 wins is still a lot of wins, especially in this division.
Well, 7 according to Will.
7 according to Will. He might have wrote their future record this season. Who knows?
Which one of us supposed to be dyslexic?
I didn't change any of the records on the first slide there. The Raiders was correct. Everyone else isn't. So
okay,
that's what's going for us.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't. It's I guess we'll find out. I don't know.
It's really like it's so hard to tell because like
It is.
the team like this in Washington, you got rookie quarterbacks who overperformed expectations as a rookie.
Yeah.
So you don't know what to expect. It's a second-year thing.
Did CJ Stroud overperform as a rookie?
I don't know because I think like
We thought he was going to be good.
like Stroud was like one of those high pedigree guys. So was Daniels, but like Nick's not really.
100%. Well, that's why I said. So, like, is it a conversation that we have with Bo Nix, sophomore slump? Like,
I
is
think
he
it
not gonna
should be a
good?
conversation, but
I think so too.
I don't really remember their schedule. I watched enough Commanders games to know that there was some luck involved in that. I got him right here, Don. You got 3,700 yards.
Okay.
29 passing touchdowns and 12 picks.
That's not bad, dude. I don't know. When our expectations were this is the worst team in the league, this roster sucks. We don't know anyone on it. Defense is atrocious. Quarterbacks aren't good. They're all a bunch of backups. Like, and then they go 10-7. He throws for 3,700 yards.
33 total touchdowns.
That's not bad. I'm okay with that.
He really went from a game manager to making plays. That's what Bo Nix did.
And he played gritty, and that's something you don't even see. Like, that's not, well, I mean, not really a Jaden Daniels thing either. Caleb definitely didn't do that.
Like the first 2 weeks, it was like, okay, it's just the same Broncos. Oh, they took Bo Nix. It was our age, blah, blah. Then they go to Tampa Bay. They beat the Buccaneers. Then they beat the Jets. And then they just kind of just kept on winning after that.
And then, like, also on top of that, he caught that touchdown, right? He caught that touchdown where he kind of like got bodied and like he put his body out there a little bit. And right? Am I wrong about that?
Oh, yeah. He did the Mile High special.
What's that?
The Philly special.
Oh, yeah,
No,
he did, right? And then he like, the dude has heart, that's for sure. I mean, he plays, he competes. So it's like, all right, I don't know, man. I do give him credit, but I don't know where to move on.
I mean, he also
from
got
there
absolutely demolished in the playoffs.
He did, but we didn't expect this team to even sniff playoffs. So whatever. If that's what it is, that's what it is. I don't know. Good for them is all I have to really say. Oh, did I import the right one? Well, I don't think I did. Did I? Nope.
I didn't change that one. It was too late. Let's go to the defense. I adjusted the next two.
Okay.
So on the defensive side of the football, they draft Jade Barron in the first round. I think like the top 10 rated rookie going into Madden 26. Pat Surtain, who made a big payday, $30 million a year, I believe. They draft Salvion Jones. And then they get two pieces who I think could be the biggest difference makers and probably be the largest outliers if they remain healthy, which is Talanoa Hufanga and Dre Greenlaw from the San Francisco 49ers. If those two stay healthy and when they're on the field, they play great. Yeah, watch out. This is going to be a wild one, to say the least. So watch out for them as they go through. Heading into this year, I really think this defense can step it up and perform to a whole nother level. What do you guys think?
Health is the thing because Hufanga is awesome when he's on the field.
Yeah. I mean, there's another. I don't know what to say when I look at this team, bro. We looked at this team last year and thought this defense was hot garbage, and we didn't know a single person on the team, and thought it was going to be the worst defense in the league that we've seen in years. And certainly was not the case. This was like that stupid Browns defense that just like performs and keeps them in the game, and the offense just does enough, and they're good. I don't know. Cool. Like this defense got better for sure. So does that mean they're going to be a top 8 defense in the league? I
mean, they got one of my favorite linebackers, Nick Bonito. Because he took one to the house last year. I had to call him Casa Bonito. And it's only fitting because they're in Denver and South Park's just down the road. Oh, boy, Casa Bonita.
Yeah, that is kind of funny.
This defense going to play. I think Sean Payton's really got them turned around, especially from the Russell Wilson experience in Denver there. So I expect him to do a lot more. Like, hey, Zach Allen can get after the quarterback. John Franklin Myers is pretty pissed that he got traded for a literal 7th-round pick. So he has something to prove. Jonathan Cooper is also another guy who wants to prove. Nick Bonito really exploded onto the scene last year. And you have the best corner in the AFC, I believe, in Pat Surtain.
See, the thing like with Zach Allen that's weird too is like he had like nearly half his career sacks last season.
I think all it takes is just the defense, like just some guy. Is it Vance Joseph who's the defensive coordinator for the Denver Broncos?
Wait.
Yeah, and it's like you look at it, and you look at the defense as it was last season before like Zach Allen's breakout.
Yeah, it is.
And it's like, oh, Vance Joseph. It's like this looks like it's supposed to stink.
You know, well,
listen, as what Sergio Dip said, there he is on the sideline, player in the NFL, coach in the league, and here he is. He definitely had the time of his life last year with this defense.
Well, I'm not sure if you knew this, but if you just scroll down a little bit more on our lads, it does say all the coaching staff and GM. So,
okay.
From now on, we don't have to look it up. We can just look on there. But yeah, either way. But
I like using the Google machine.
Let's kick it the schedule. Let's see what we can come up with for this team.
So week 1's a big one. They play the Tennessee Titans at home against the number 1 pick Cam Ward. For some reason, every couple of years they decide, oh, Broncos and Titans could play week 1. There it is. I think the last time was like 2020. Whenever the Titans decided to like run the league, that's what they did. But a lot of this is a schedule, all right. You have the Colts week 2, the Peyton Manning Bowl, Chargers on the road. That's gonna be something to deal with. And then you got the big one there. Listen, Bengals, Week 17 rematch. This team could have shut them out last year for the playoff spot, but Bengals held on. They got to play a Week 18 being in the hunt. But then you got to go out east to Philadelphia. Then you go to London for the Jets game. And then you go back home for the Giants and the Cowboys. After Week 6, I really don't mind it because you're not doing a whole lot of traveling from Week 7 to 12. You're not doing all that much.
I got 9 or 10.
Wow.
I think they could match what they did last year, which was 10. I think they can easily do it. Sean Payton, hey, he's a brilliant head coach. I think they can do it. I think it just all relies on what we've talked about with some of these second-year guys like Jaden Daniels is what's going to make this team successful, and is he going to hit a sophomore slump? Like, Bo Nix was the second-best quarterback from last year's play, rookie-wise. If he doesn't hit that sophomore slump, I think they could do a lot better, and they did rebuild the offense a little bit more for him to let it out a lot more.
Maybe I'm not giving him enough credit. I load him around 7 to 8, maybe 9 wins, but sportsbooks have him at 9. They have him ranked like pretty much just slightly above like the middle of the whole league.
I gave him the home Chiefs game.
Okay, then that's fair. They're gonna play. This is another. The Broncos actually do play tough against their whole.
They do, and they especially at home they play the Chiefs very well.
Chiefs and the Chargers, they play well.
I think they could beat the Packers. I mean, the Packers don't play well in Mile High, and you could watch all like that footage you can. The Broncos always give them, the run for it. I think they could go 3-3 in this division. I think they go 500.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
damn, you got a Christmas Eve. I mean, at least you played the Jaguars before, and then you play Christmas night against the Chiefs.
that
Well, yeah, that game's going to be stolen from them because it's a big audience game.
Oh, it's an away game too. Damn.
Yeah, so
That's a tough one,
they got
man.
no chance. It'll be some poorly placed field goal that it's all of a sudden a false start and they fumbled. Still somehow.
they have a Thursday night against the Raiders too. That might be a really terrible game. The Broncos always have a Thursday night game in the middle of the year, and it's awful. It's like one of the worst watches ever. That's one of those ones where like, man, every Thursday night game sucks. That's
Thursday night schedule this year is actually pretty good, though. I'll give them credit. They did up it.
good.
You mean went from unwatchable to I'll watch a couple of games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Write-offs to okay. Well, what makes this year successful?
Bo Nix doesn't hit a sophomore slump.
I think all of those breakout years are built on because it wasn't just Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they just need to kind of run it back.
What makes it a success is cementing themselves as not a fluke year.
Yeah, not a fluke year. Winning a playoff game would be spectacular.
I mean, you
win a
make
playoff
it to the playoffs. They don't have to hear it anymore. I mean, it's been a decade since they were last there before last season with Peyton Manning. Now Bo Nix solidifies himself as, hey, I brought him to the playoffs. Shut up. There it is.
I like this comment.
I mean, this is a take. This is a take. I don't know if it's the worst take, but it is a take.
I'm getting all the Chiefs refs things out of my system today because as of today, you lost the Super Bowl and like Super Bowl winning gloating is ending as of today.
I don't know if I could comfortably say they're gonna win the division, but
some stuff has to happen for them to have that happen.
To be the tough,
I think the Broncos are a year out, and they're going to get all that money from the Russell Wilson contract too. So like they can stockpile next year. I think next year they could honestly win the division. It's just this year is okay. You are on the end of Russell Wilson's $90 million cap hit between like the last year and this year.
Yeah, I don't think this is the year for them, but
next year they could definitely build off of it.
Yeah, I mean, again, make playoffs again. That'd be sick. And then if you win a playoff game, man, I don't know. I mean, that's just you're playing with house money at that point. I would say nothing short of you're having a really great season for this team. So let us move on. And we're gonna bolt the F up with the Chargers here, where last year, 2023, we saw the absolute collapse with Brandon Staley, and we're all pretty much thankful for that. Dom, you can cue the video. You've been waiting for it. The last time we're ever going to mention this man's name.
You don't even have it ready.
I don't know if it's the last time. There it is.
Did somebody say boom?
All right, so after that blew up, they bring in a national champion coach with Harbugh, and he has just been obsessed with his quarterback, sleeps with him, doesn't think a sheep before falling asleep. It's just Justin Herbert. How many times are you leaping over, throwing passes, all that stuff. And as we said last year, Chargers could turn it around, especially with Harbugh, and they did just that. They went from a 5-win team in 2023 to a playoff team last year. Herbert had the best touchdown interception ratio in Chargers quarterback history, 23-3. And they're looking to build off of what they did last year, especially on the offensive side of the football, but on defense as well. As I pull us back here, slide into the offense here, where they've made a couple of paydays with Herbert. Obviously, they paid Rashawn Slater big time money. He's done it all. And speaking of big time, the big ticket, Mekhi Becton, he goes from that Eagles dominant offensive line all the way down to the Chargers to now probably solidify this line and make it one of the elite units in the AFC. They bring in Trey Harris with the second round pick, Keandre Lambert-Smith, who's been making a lot of plays in training camp this year. They also brought in Mike Williams, but he ended up retiring. right as camp was opening up for the Chargers. And the big name here, Omari and Hampton. Najee Harris is out for a little bit. Firework injury. Good thing he didn't lose any fingers. That is a good sign, but an eye injury that's going to hold them out on the non-football injury list, or the NFI for short. Omari Hampton now gets crucial snaps in trying to make himself the absolute lead back, the dominant back for the Chargers. And also, I should say, Lad McConkey, rookie playoff record with receiving yards. I think it's like 198 he had against the Texans. Although it wasn't a loss, geez, he killed it. And also Quentin Johnston. How could we forget him? But gentlemen, what do we think about this offense there's a lot more character now, especially among the receiving core.
They have the most important things: a sick O-line and a good quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, Lad McConkey was sick last year. I don't know how I feel about the running game this year, because last year it was such a thing with J.K. Dobbins.
Dobbins got hurt, and then they brought in what's his
Edwards.
face? Yeah.
Like those were two guys we already knew of. We already knew what they could do.
Najee was confusing when they first signed him, but then they drafted Hampton. So,
and sneakily in there is Nyheim Hines, which I don't think he's necessarily that bad. I always liked him.
is he still?
I don't know what's going on.
Let me check out if that's actually him, because that's Naheem Miller Hines.
Yeah, that's a new one, right? But you would think there's no way that's not him.
That is Naheem Hines, who
Yeah.
we haven't seen in a couple seasons due to a jet skiing accident where a guy ran over his leg last year.
That's what I'm saying. Is he even able to play football?
That's kind of crazy, to be honest. I really liked him when he was on the Colts, and then he wasn't bad on the Bills. He was super dynamic. So it's like, okay, that was when who was the guy on the Colts?
Marlon Mack?
Marlon Mack, man. Remember that little duo that was happening?
Yeah, you know who their coach was?
Who?
Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, that's also true. So it's like I liked him as a little gadget, like dynamic running back. He was kind of fun. I don't want to talk about him too much, but it's just kind of cool that he's there. If he makes the team, that's it. Good for him. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about the running game. I think Najee Harris would genuinely succeed on this team with how this running game could be designed for him and whatnot.
Yes.
I don't know how much we're gonna see of him in the first place now.
I think he'll be back before week 1.
Okay, well then, you know what? I mean, this just could be kind of the same team we saw last year with a little bit of some different names and maybe even slightly improved. Actually, definitely maybe improved with Becton. It's good. It's a good team. We still have yet to see the Justin Herbert that really takes over, and
I don't think we're gonna see that Herbert. Like,
I don't know.
Harbugh is not the guy that's like, okay, hey, Herbert, everything's on your shoulders. That's not it. That's why they have Hampton. They have Najee. They're paying Najee Harris, I think, like $9 million. So it's like, obviously they're gonna split carries. They're gonna do all that stuff. It's not like one guy is reliable.
I mean, Herbert still had 3,800 yards and a 101 rating.
Yeah, well, and then
He played really good. Like once midway through the season happened, he figured out what was the rhythm, and he really blew up after that. I think the bye week he just took off, and it was the Herbert of old, especially at the end of the season.
I still think we see a season from Herbert that is still elite. I still think he's got it in him. I still think the ceiling.
And you're paying him $250 million, and I think last year was the end of that rookie contract. So now it's that big contract he signed just 2 years ago.
I
now starts.
Still hope that ceiling is there. I still hope that we do eventually see that from Herbert. That the Herbert that we always hoped for, we always talked about in the beginning of the year before the season started. I hope that shows up at some point. I really still want to see it. I still think it could be there still.
He also had the highest yards per attempt of his career.
Oh, I believe it all. Anything past Brandon Staley is going to be better. I truly do believe that. And I think it continues to snowball and momentum's there. And I think he's prepped to have a legitimately good season again. Maybe better. Hopefully better.
I think this offense could be the best offense in the entire AFC West.
Yeah, I think that's an accurate statement.
Now I know we're talking hypotheticals here, okay, but I don't want to like throw that out there.
So they talk about every year with them is the hypotheticals.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
yeah, that is the truth.
Also, Trey Lance, quarterback, probably starting the Hall of Fame game tomorrow. And then DJ, I'm not even going to pronounce his name. He'll probably play in the Hall of Fame. I'm not repeating that. But yeah, he'll probably be playing in the Hall of Fame game tomorrow. Defense? Defense? What? All right, so here's the defense. Asante Samuel still on the free agent market. So they bring in Dante Jackson for the cornerback spot. They bring in Benjamin St. Juste for the other cornerback spot. A little bit of a under the radar signing. Deshaun Hand from the Dolphins. They also bring in Kyle Kennard in the 4th round, along with Jamari Caldwell in round number 3. There is not a lot of whole difference here. Joey Bosa got cut, so he went to the Buffalo Bills. But Khalil Mack, after a dominant performance last year, he's still trying to capitalize off of still what is he, year 11 in this league? 12?
Right? He could be up there.
I'm old. I don't understand this. But the defense is, the secondary is still good. Derwin James back there. Tarheeb still made a name of himself last year, along with Cam Hart. Elahi Gilman as well. But yeah, Tony Jefferson's still there. I actually forgot that he was on this team. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on the defense, which kept them in a lot of games last year?
Wasn't at for a long stretch of this season, like they were like the best defense in the NFL?
Up there.
Was it last year that Mac had 6 sacks in a single game against the Raiders?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think he had 6 sacks. It was like week 3 or 4.
4, yeah.
Last year, the year before, but I think it was last year.
I feel like he one game a year. Khalil Mack's just like, hey, 6 sacks.
Yeah. Listen, you dropped some dead weight with the Joey Bosa thing. Like, that's gone and behind you. You don't have to be like, oh, you know, what's going to happen with him? Is he going to perform this year? Is he going to get hurt? Right? You don't have to deal with that. I feel like that is dead weight that you genuinely freed up.
I feel like you're just missing like that that other piece, though, that complementary piece outside of Mac.
Yeah, I mean, nothing will beat the super.
When Bosa was healthy, he was really good, but also you could count more times that he wasn't healthy compared to he was healthy.
Yeah, they had the Bosa and the I don't remember his name. That's crazy. Pull it out, Will.
Ingram?
Bosa on one side, who's
Melvin Ingram.
Yep, on the other side, that was a sick combo like that. Yeah, you don't have that, but I mean, this is a good defense. Objectively, this is a great defense. I mean, you do still have. There's some older guys on here. I mean, you still have Denzel Perryman, older dude. Like you said, Khalil Mack, he's 34 now.
Can I just go back to when I was younger? Jeez, I was in high school when he got drafted.
Bud Dupree's not young, right?
No, Bud Dupree is
pretty up there.
I think he's the same age as Khalil Mack.
Yeah, so it's like this is a little bit of a veteran. They have a good mix of young and veteran, and even like on the younger veteran side, like Derwin James. I mean, this is a good defense. I like this defense. I expect this defense to oh wow, well, I'm on our lads and it's a little bit different. I expect this defense to perform like we expect them to perform. Be a top-ish defense. Top 10 would be nice all the time. Yeah. This offense can do enough. The defense can do enough. If both offense and defense plays average for them, they're winning still maybe double-digit games, I think.
And they also bring in Denzel Perryman, who is now the last person on this team that played for the San Diego Chargers as well. He returns.
Older, but veteran, but, you know, still
now with a full offseason now with Harbugh installing the playbooks, you know, drilling these guys in, peeking behind the curtains to, oh, this is when you got to do it. I don't know if you saw that social media clip. He was teaching the receivers, like he would just pop out of this curtain and it would be like, oh, hey, for them to like cut and turn. Yeah.
I don't know. I think the culture will be good. I think everything that we talk about with teams that are issues is not really super pertaining to this team. I think it's all going to be just play on field, and that'll be it. Without any other issues, I expect good things from this team.
Defense. Schedule. All right, the big one, week number 1, they go all the way down south, Brazil. That's a tough one. You lose a home game against the Chiefs, an actual home game that goes to Brazil. That's a tough one.
That's crazy. Having a divisional game in a different country is kind of effed up, not going to lie.
I think the joke is like 72% still going to be Chiefs fans down in Brazil, so that's that. Well, yeah, they come back home. They go away, actually. They're in Las Vegas for week 2 against the Raiders. Geez, I don't know if that week 1 game's anything like we saw with the Packers and the Eagles last year. I wasn't expecting, a major like shootout like that was, but I hope there is a big shootout week 1, especially with high-powered offenses. I still think they could tie. I think they go 12 wins this year. I think they could do that. I think 12 wins is pretty on par for what they got to do.
Man, they kind of have an easy schedule.
When you have a good defense, a good coaching staff, I think it's really easy to be like, okay, yeah, that's easier than other teams.
They have a pretty easy stretch right in the meat of the schedule.
Oh yeah, dude. The left side of this graphic is like a super good stretch for them. Like that's a nice stretch. I mean, and there's not 2 really difficult games in a row. There's really, really not ever in that whole left side.
I mean, that Dolphins game is going to be tough. Still early October. It's going to be 100 degrees.
So, I mean, they play in California in the warm weather. It's not like that crazy.
I mean, you're right. SoFi does get pretty hot.
And the Dolphins are already down like 17 players.
Yeah, they already don't have a starting corner, I don't think.
It's just whatever.
They don't have a corner.
They don't.
That's the better term.
They don't have a medical staff is what they don't have. I don't know either way. But then even when we go onto the right side of the schedule, the Steelers are the Steelers. Like
the Steelers and the Chargers is always like a great matchup too. Yeah. Like it's always close and competitive. Like I'm not afraid of the Jaguars.
No. The back end
home for the Raiders. I'm not scared of Eagles. We're gonna see what happens with that one.
They have a bye week, and then that's a difficult end.
That stretch at the end is
If you need a win from your bye week on at any given moment, each and every one of those games could be difficult.
Well, you got
playing in the cold in Kansas City, then you got to play in Mile High in the beginning of January.
So there's that.
No, I think 12 wins is perfect for them. I think 12 wins is just on par.
And what did they just go? 11-6?
11-6.
Yeah. So I think this team improves from what they were, and I think that's gigantic for them. And I think this is nothing but up for this team. I like what they did. I like where they are. I like the culture. I like everything about it. It just seems like for the first time in a little bit, or at least actually kind of like a large stretch of time for this team, actually since San Diego. I think the first time since San Diego, this team is in a very positive atmosphere, positive light. Against who? I would love to know against who.
It's definitely the Broncos.
Okay, then we definitely didn't answer. Yeah, who's that one against? Because I like that score.
Wolves makes more sense. I thought I just saw it came up when we first started talking about the Brazil game.
Oh, I didn't notice when it came up. Yeah, it came up 7 minutes ago. Yeah, I think for the first time since San Diego, this team's in the best shape that they've been in, the most positive shape. No issues surrounding this team, no question marks. Like let's get it.
In the past seasons where they were in a Dolphins-ish situation where you're kind of hoping guys stay healthy.
Yeah.
Like that kind of era's essentially over.
I agree. Yeah. Knock on wood. I really think this is for the first time since San Diego and first time since the 2000 10s and back then, and Phillip Rivers in that era of time. I think for the first time, this is like we have no issues happening. Like, let's go out there and let's have a good season. All we got to do is play and get it, and that's it. So if that's what we're back to, I'm pretty psyched.
Yeah.
What makes this successful?
You got to make a deep playoff run. You're built for it. I mean, hey, Harbugh has not had a losing season as an NFL coach.
Justin Herbert doesn't melt down the playoffs. That's the successful season.
It's kind of like what we said for the Broncos. Just run back again, have it be better, win a playoff game or two.
Like,
we're set.
Herbert in his career has 4 turnovers and 1 touchdown in the playoffs.
How many playoff games?
2.
Okay. Well, to be fair, that Brandon Staley playoff game was garbage. I write that one off completely. I don't even recognize it.
I would if he didn't do the same thing.
I agree.
He had virtually the same stat line.
Yeah, well, that's also true.
It's actually kind of worse.
Let's get to the last team. Oh,
all right. We're past the young. You had some first years last year was the first year of this team. Last year was the first year of this team. This is year 2. So we're going to go out there. We're going to get it. We're going to be improved. It's going to be good. 12 wins. What do they have? What do the sports books have? Because it better be no, I bet it's not going to be 11 wins. It's going to be 9, not even 9.5 wins. You can't be rated right where the Broncos are, dude.
You can't be rated worse than the Rams. I don't care. That's the same. Not even the same conference. It's
yeah. Don't like it. Either way. All right. Yeah. Let's go to the next.
Let's go to the AFC champions from last year, the Kansas City Chiefs, where they were just finding ways to win. First, it was a toe. Then it was a blocked kick, a fumble, a botched snap. Everything went right for the Chiefs. They started 9-0. They lost to only the Bills and the Broncos last year. They ended up running the house again in the AFC, going to the Super Bowl. And ultimately, it was an implosion that no one saw coming in New Orleans. And they're trying to rebuild up from that in the hopes of maybe making a dynasty for 3 championships in 4 years. As I pull us back here, we go into the offense here. They have here we go.
Before we even start, the first team to ever collect a fumble on a false start.
Yeah.
So looking at the offense here, they redo the quarterback room, but they bring in Gardner Minshew, Bailey Zappi. They draft Josh Simmons, who the Chiefs, since Eric Fisher and Mitchell Schwartz, have not had consistency at the tackle positions. A big rotating door at the tackles. Josh Simmons reportedly having a really good camp. Maybe he could be that piece of Patrick Mahomes' blind side. We're going to see, but the reports early, he's having a good camp. They still have a lot of speed in this receiving room with Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy. Rashee Rice is coming off the freak ACL tear that he had early on in last season. They drafted Jalen Royals. Yeah, they also bring in Elijah Mitchell. They have Kareem Hunt again for another year. As I bring it back out to you guys, Alejandro is just going at it right now. He's just there's no give for this man. There is no give. As I bring the conversation back to you guys, thoughts on this offense?
I will say week 1 last year, week 1 is when this team legitimately looked best last year. So, I mean, that's when they were healthy with all the young receivers. I mean, Rashee Rice looked great and Worthy looked great. Well, maybe not yet, but
Worthy had 2 rushing touchdowns. They just gadgeted them up.
They have the weapons still. I mean, Elijah Mitchell's fast as hell as well. So they went with that same vibe. So it's despite all the bull crap that happened last year and every other game and that being what it was, week 1, they still legitimately looked really good last year without those things. So, I mean, I don't know. They had a lot of injuries last year. We saw all that. We saw them go through all those receivers. Rasheed Rice was really awesome before that, before his injury. There's weapons. So it's and Mahomes is still Mahomes. He can still get the guys the ball. I still expect this to be the Chiefs team that it is. I mean, like, refs aside, this is a team full of talent, a team that still performs, and a lot of guys that are dynamic as absolute hell. And the team's built that way. Andy Reid is still Andy Reid. Like, you still got to expect performance from this team. I honestly expect zero things from Travis Kelce at this point. I think he's straight up washed. Like, I expect him to just be buns this season.
I think you forget that the refs decided that Orlando Brown forgot how to play his all-pro position in week 1 last season. Like, the refs bullshit started immediately.
Yeah, but I mean, this team still performed. Like, when Mahomes got the ball to the dudes, they were still really good. I mean, Rasheed Rice was still really dynamic. Worthy was still really dynamic. They did a lot of dynamic things. I mean, the team's going to perform.
It was the worst season of his career, statistically.
Mahomes? Yeah, well,
Matt
I'm talking
Nagy.
about week 1. I'm saying if this is still the team we see week in, week out, it's going to be a good team.
I think if you see the same team you saw week in, week out this season, they are a 10-win at most team.
If it's this team? If it's the injured team?
If it's the team that did what they did last season.
Well, I'm talking about this team.
It's the same team. Hollywood Brown.
This is not the same team as week 13 last season.
Yes, but they still had Worthy. They still had Juju. They still had Kelce.
Well, Juju's a borderline non-factor on this team. Sky Moore is like a non-factor on this team. I'm talking about like this team right here with the
my questions though is Rasheed Rice, what's his suspension gonna be?
I think it was
was it announced?
Because he has 30 days of jail that he can serve at one point. It doesn't have to be immediately, but he has 5 years of community service. He has like all that stuff.
Like, what does that even mean?
He's going to be out for a couple games, I think. To say the
Okay.
least.
Well, then, like 3 or 4 games. I thought I saw it actually came out.
I don't think it's official that he's out. I don't think the ruling came out for it because
despite all the bullcrap, there's still a lot of talent on this team, and you just can't discount the talent that's on this team. Isaiah Pacheco is still an insane runner. Like, there's still a lot of genuine high tier talent on this team.
They do move on from Joe Tooney. They trade him to the Bears. Kingsley moves in to left guard. So the great rotation continues for the Chiefs as they're trying to plug and play. But Trey Smith got his big money extension. I think Creed Humphreys also got a big extension as well. So yeah, it's time to let's figure this stuff out. Also, Robert Tunyon's on this team. I just learned that today.
Oh my God.
The Robert Tonyan.
He's way deep in there. I mean, it's stuff like this. Like, I simply agree with this. Mahomes is going to get really talented, dynamic dudes the ball, and they're going to do what they're going to do. So I think you can't discount those guys. Despite all the ref stuff and all the bullcrap we got last year, week in, week out, you take all that away, this is still an extremely talented team. And as long as Mahomes can get half these dudes the ball at any given time, it's still a very competitive team. And there's a lot to work with. So, I mean, it just is what it is. I still think we see a double-digit win team out of this, despite the ref stuff or anything like that. Even if that completely stopped, if we don't see that, there's still too much talent here. So,
shall we go to the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah.
So as we move to defense here, they get George Karlaftis, his big money extension. Yeah, a whole lot of this stuff is really the same. Justin Reed, he goes to the Saints, so they miss out on a veteran presence in the secondary. I don't really have much to say on this defense, all but Steve Spagnuolo is going to be just the guy again for the Chiefs. He's going to find ways for this defense to be, stockpiling. He's going to do whatever he can. I don't have much to say on this defense. I really don't. Spagnuolo's just going to do something, and it's going to be great in the whole 10 yards. We have a TikTok comment here. Dirk Diggler says, will Pacheco and Hunt split carries evenly?
No, hell no, they shouldn't. I would hope not. I don't think that's a formula for success.
And they probably will.
I mean, that'd be nuts.
I
Pacheco,
know last year they did because of the broken leg. So
When Pacheco was out, they really didn't ever go back to him at the end of the year.
no,
It was
really
mostly Hunt from there on out.
didn't. Yeah, but I gotta hope if Pacheco's fully healthy, I think he's got to be your guy, like straight up.
I don't think it happens until maybe later in the year, like a win your touches back kind of thing.
That's too. I mean, Hunt's good, but like I don't know full time.
yeah, I don't have anything for this defense.
I think this is where the rest stuff matters. Is more on defense than anything else. It's what the other team can genuinely do or get taken away from them or not. But I still think offense is going to put up a lot of points.
Listen, the Super Bowl was a big put it on tape for how to attack Spagnuolo. Now, can every team do it? No. But it was a lot of, dummy count, see them declare the blitz, and then adjust and beat them at it. It was someone broke it down. Almost every major play in that game was a check at the line that they exploited the defense on.
Well, I mean, is that the formula you were talking about to me last year? I don't remember.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
I'll send
There's
you the
some
video later. but
Breakdown. It might have been that
yeah, Jalen
because
picked
they've
them
done it
apart.
previously. Yeah, because they were kind of figured out. I don't know how. I never actually really know how to feel about the Chiefs defense, to be honest with you.
Just Spags is a great defensive minded coach, and he's just going to be able to figure something out and just run with it. So it might not look good on paper, but it's Spagnuolo, and he's going to just find anything. And
It's why I crucified Josh Allen, because how can you not do this thing? Like, figure this out. That you can't make these also supposedly amazing quarterback plays where you diagnose the defense before it happens, and you ran into a triple blitz.
Yeah, that's true.
all right, let's head to the schedule here.
Do they have a hard schedule?
Week 2, they come home. They got to play the Eagles, so that's that. They also have to go to Brazil like the Chargers week 1. Then they get an easy one with the Giants. I'm not a big fan of this team, but I think this is still another like 11, 12 win team unless something catastrophic happens, like an injury or something. I don't know. I generally don't know.
So you get to pick on a lot of teams that you know you'll beat. Like, well,
I think they
never
split maybe with every team in the division, to be honest, at least.
mind. That's if you assume that Vegas has one of their
Yeah, if Vegas
come out of
can
nowhere
figure it out.
games that they have against the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I do, but I also think Denver can just stupidly win both games. Like some dumb crap like that, or even like the Chargers
Well, almost every team last season.
almost won every single game. Yeah, I mean that's also true. So I think in the division they're just 3-3 as is. That's what I'm giving them.
And then, Buffalo will win that game because it's their Super Bowl, and then they'll forget to play them later.
Yep. And then it's like teams like Houston, teams like Houston where it's like, okay, yeah, Houston should be back to what we hope they are. So maybe they super compete in this.
Well, I don't know anymore with them.
I don't know anymore with them
they
either.
came unglued in those games against composure-wise, came unglued against the Chiefs.
Yeah. I mean, they still play the tough teams. They still play Baltimore. They still play what should be tough Washington.
They got to play Detroit. You got to 7 primetime games on the schedule.
Wow. That's kind of what I feel like we should expect.
Well, 8. Yeah, 8. Let's see, 2, 5. Yeah, eight games, 8 primetime games.
Sorry. That was just a great comment. Should have said that to the Raiders, man. I mean, I can't say that'd be applicable, but yeah, I don't know. What
yeah,
are they?
11, 12 wins. I think they are 11 according to Caesars.
They're never, according to the sports books, ever like the number one team. But they're dead flat 11 games, 77% playoffs, which is third.
Like,
this team should be a playoff team.
I still don't understand.
Only 10% to win the play or the Super Bowl. So,
Well, never mind. I retract what I was going to say. Makes sense now.
Numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
But I don't know.
okay.
It's
crazy to me. Buffalo, but it's just one of those things you see, like with San Fran, Buffalo, San Fran not this year, but San Fran in the previous years where it's like 100% chance to win playoffs or Super Bowl or whatever, like just crazy rated in the sports books and stuff. Buffalo's always the same as well, but some of those teams just win the Super Bowl in the sports books, and the fans think so too. So. All right, what do we want? Are we doing wheel?
let's go to the wheel. Let's go to the wheel of misfortune. Where are we going to go? We have one AFC team left,
all right,
one AFC division left, and then we got.
Because we have
wheel more.
Because we have one AFC team left, I just threw it all on one wheel. We're not doing two wheels. That ain't it. Wait, what? There we go.
Hey, Olay at Costco. Cool.
Yeah. Some ad placement, I guess, unfortunately. There you go. No ad placement. All right, ready? Right, this is correct. NFC West, South, North. That's correct.
Yep.
And
This
AFC
is all
South.
correct. Let's go.
I should put AFC South in there twice.
No.
Okay.
Spin the damn wheel. Hit it like 10 times.
I swear.
Sorry, NFC South.
If we have to double record both Souths, I might kill myself.
That might be our shortest opportunity.
Please. Oh, we were so close. Oh my God. Jake said it into the air, and it's now slowly becoming more true as we go through.
So here's the thing, though. Jake said this before we even went live. Is now there's a 100% guarantee that we do at least one South on that day, on the double record day.
Oh my God. I'm not showing. I'm not showing up for those episodes. I'm not doing it. Nah, I can't do it.
What I said before we started was the ideal is get one of the Souths and as a warm up, and then do the NFC North.
Yep. So that's out the window.
At least we have the NFC West. Please.
That has to come through and save the day.
Please, that has to save us.
So next week, I might double up the Souths on the wheel next week, and if we still get West, it was written in the stars.
You know what? I second this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make it now. All right,
Make it and save it.
NFC North is next week.
You know how it's going to go, right? Even if we end up even if you double it up and it works out the way we want, we're going to have NFC South and then NFC West so that we could talk half an hour about any random dumb NFC South team. Or just the Falcons and annoy Colton.
All right, so that's what it's going to look like next week. Well, two Souths.
It's going to land on the West. I hope you understand that.
That's what we're really hoping doesn't happen.
Maybe if you put 10 West, it's going to land on a South.
I'm going to copy another West and put it on there on opposite sides. We're
screwed. We are screwed.
No. Dumb. As is. Just one.
Okay.
Because if it still lands on it, it'll be the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, this is a nightmare situation as if it lands just like this. That is what we have nightmares about.
But yeah, that's the end of our show. You can follow us on all the social medias down below. YouTube for the Fan Network, TikTok for the Fan Network, X for the Fan _ and Instagram for the Fan Football. Yep, we get to go I forgot what division we did. The NFC North is next week, so we get to go Skull. We get to the Bears, the Packers,
To bite some kneecaps.
the Lions are ripping a femur off or something. I'm just saying, if the AFC South's last episode, you guys are going to be doing it with me. We're all going to go the Duval chant.
No. You're all alone on that one,
Nope. That's not how it's going to work. You spoke this witchcraft into the air, and now we're going to be living it in the next couple weeks. Not prepared for it. But yes, thank you all for tuning in. Tune in next week. Thank you all so much. We will see you then.